Hey guys, how's it going? So, I went through all of the patch notes and everything, and this video is going to be about the Ascendancies and stuff like that. So, hit that sub button, path of 1,000 subs, let's go. But anyway, I guess TLDW for this video is, the ones that they showed off before are really cool. The Slayer, it looks kind of cool with the crit node and the reverse of the leech stuff. The swapping, I guess. The Raider Zoom Zoom might revisit my You Gotta Go Fast build again, and Bleed Gladiator Block Bow kind of looks cool because they changed little notes. Didn't think I'd be excited for that, but anyway, so yeah, I'll have all the stuff here going into this video, clipping it and whatever. So some of this will be long and some of it will just be a short summary or something like that, but we'll see what happens. And in the other one, the ritual stuff is going to be tacked on with the patch notes because they're a little short, but yeah, I'll definitely complain more in that video. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. Okay, what do we got with the Slayer? Quick version here, summary of this. +1 to Frenzy Charge got added here. The other stuff that was useless pretty much disappeared. We gained +2 to melee range on this, so if you want AoE and melee range, there you go. That's pretty cool. The biggest thing for me is this +1 to, or the back up to 8% rather, Overwhelm. Headsman got ailment damage instead of just damage with hits, and they swapped these and made this, was this one more, no, this one gained the offense with attack speed. They made this one a bit more defensive for its damage reduction, and also you only have to do 2 points here. So I'm probably going to do 2 of this, maybe redo my Flicker Strike build and go up to there, here, and to here. With some of the changes, yeah, I could definitely see my Flicker Strike thing working again, and we might try something a little bit different this time. If not, I might just forego this node. I really like the nearby enemies have -30% crit, but yeah, that's pretty big defense overall. Yeah. Anyway, that's a discussion for a different time for the build, but I might, like I said, go back to this kind of setup, either these 4 sets or do impact over overwhelm and use the one of my favorite swords, Terminus Est. But that's pretty hype, and who knows, maybe this could work for some bleed stuff. Bleed into calling? I don't know, something like that. Maybe Earthquake bleed. Anyway, that is pretty much the gist of the Slayer. Now we have the Gladiator. Let's see what the Gladiator is doing. So, looks like for Gladiator, the main things here is they nerfed bleed a little bit for the damage. Not too much, 5% more. They got, I think they got rid of the increased as well, but the increased wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah. So, we also have the 50% chance to bleed is now on this instead of taking both for 50%. The main thing is a buff to stabs and bow builds, essentially. Well, pretty much anything, because you can just block now. So 2% chance to block attack damage, which is a pretty big deal. This way you can not worry about having to have a shield or dual wielding, and yeah. So that's really hype. I'm thinking about maybe trying to do a rear guard bleed bow kind of thing. So pretty hype about that. Definitely looking into maybe playing my bleed bow build again, especially because of harvest being back in. But that's the next video or something. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to the champion, and let's see, what do we have? Okay, interesting. So there's a lot of thoughts on the champion. What's kind of cool is I think there's a support champion kind of thing, which would be kind of nice. They really upped the defense from Conqueror and all the taunt mechanics for the defense, and Inspirational got a slight, well, it lost the movement speed, so that's kind of rip. But the buff from the auras, or the non-curse auras rather, has been doubled, so that's pretty cool. So maybe support kind of setup here, maybe. Overall, They hit this pretty hard, getting rid of some of the impel stuff, so the impel is going to be nerfed a bit. Impel was completely insane though, so it's still going to be good, but they did hit it slightly. One thing I do like though is they added Fortify effect right here. You did lose some defense, but with the increased Fortify effect, I think that definitely makes up for it if you're going to go some kind of Fortify effect stacking kind of situation. I'm pretty sure, I think it was inspirational, master metal, and then all the way to fortitude is what I did for one of my builds last league. So yeah, definitely could see that being a thing. Maybe even trying to go up here for some damage reduction instead of something else. But yeah, kind of cool. Looks pretty nice, but impels did get hit really hard for the champion. If you had something else using impels, might look for that instead. Anyway, let's move on. We're getting into the shadow stuff with the assassin. This one for my league starter for softcore especially. Thought about maybe trying something in hardcore. Not sure what to expect from the bosses if I'm going to do the solo stuff on hardcore thing. So I don't know. Might gamble on that. But the damage is definitely here for the assassin. And depending on how phases go and such, yeah, Blade Blast, Blade Fall looks really good still. I mean, they literally didn't touch it, but we lost a little bit of poison damage on the assassin because of the chaos as extra, but we gained damage over time multiplier for poison, so still not the biggest drop in damage. Let's see, I think that's we stacked the crit a little bit faster now. The poison got hit a little bit, not much, not too big. A little bit on the defense though, and this is what kind of makes me a little wary to do this, is a lot of the defense on this kind of got hit. The reduced damage taken while elusive, some of the movement speed, but they did, from like opportunistic, but they did add it to the effect of elusive here, so you're gaining it back there. Overall, pretty solid still. Definitely going to be a powerhouse in softcore. I just don't know with losing some of the... I mean, I guess this is a little bit better, but that's at least 2 rare unique enemies. In the big boss battles, that's really nice, so that's actually good for fighting multiple bosses. But if you're taking on the Maven herself, probably, maybe something you could use. We'll have to see when the time comes. Overall, though, still really solid. Definitely going to be something I play this league, I think. But yeah, Assassin still looks good. Have fun. Crit things. Do poison. Stuff like that. Assassin. Moving on to the Saboteur. Let's see what we got. I was looking at this one for my league starter for softcore especially. Thought about maybe trying something in hardcore. Not sure what to expect from the bosses if I'm going to do the solo stuff on hardcore thing. So I don't know. Might gamble on that. But the damage is definitely here for the assassin. And depending on how phases go and such, yeah, Blade Blast, Blade Fall looks really good still. I mean, they literally didn't touch it, but we lost a little bit of poison damage on the assassin because of the chaos as extra, but we gained damage over time multiplier for poison, so still not the biggest drop in damage. Let's see, I think that's we stacked the crit a little bit faster now. The poison got hit a little bit, not much, not too big. A little bit on the defense though, and this is what kind of makes me a little wary to do this, is a lot of the defense on this kind of got hit. The reduced damage taken while elusive, some of the movement speed, but they did, from like opportunistic, but they did add it to the effect of elusive here, so you're gaining it back there. Overall, pretty solid still. Definitely going to be a powerhouse in softcore. I just don't know with losing some of the... I mean, I guess this is a little bit better, but that's at least 2 rare unique enemies. In the big boss battles, that's really nice, so that's actually good for fighting multiple bosses. But if you're taking on the Maven herself, probably, maybe something you could use. We'll have to see when the time comes. Overall, though, still really solid. Definitely going to be something I play this league, I think. But yeah, Assassin still looks good. Have fun. Crit things. Do poison. Stuff like that. Assassin. Moving on to the Saboteur. Let's see what we got. Oh man, they're getting rid of reduced damage on that. That kind of sucks. And I'm really having to read these because I definitely don't play Saboteur too much. I know this thing was pretty much your blind nearby stuff. Looks like it's blind enemies on hit now. This has got a damage buff for burning enemies. That's cool. I thought about looking at traps because of this right here, this node right here. They buffed the traps kind of AoE and the cooldown time. Maybe some of those cooldown traps might be a thing you could combo together. That looks pretty cool. Overall, though, looks like mines took a bit of a hit. And let's see. Especially their cost here. The cost for traps, though, was moved over to Perfect Prime, I believe, is the trap one. So they have 5% higher than what it was over here. Let's reduce mana cost. That's kind of nice. Overall, though, I mean, Saboteur is still really good. Blind enemies on hit, easier to get the blind. Yeah, I don't feel like you're going to miss anything for the mines. And as far as it goes for the traps, might be nice. I don't know what the numbers are, but both of them have been viable in the past, so I don't think there's going to be any problem playing Saboteur this league, and it doesn't look like they really got rid of anything that would break the class. So yeah, moving on to Trickster. Scorching ray damage. Probably won't need the 50% increase though, but yeah. I wonder if anybody's freaking out about that. That'd be funny. I mean, you like the amount of increases they have now is kind of insane. I want mores. Okay, considering all the videos that I've seen pop up, I haven't actually watched most of them, but I think, what was it, Carve, like either a league or two ago, had like invincible trickster kind of thing going on. I don't think we're gonna have much of an issue. I mean, there has been some decent numbers on defense lost from the Ghost Dance side of things, but we're probably not gonna miss it. Like, you get better sustain from, what is this, a Patient Reaper, so it's still an insane class, and with like the gear that you should be able to craft with Harvest. I believe that was the league that I saw those videos popping up from Carve. So yeah, Trickster's probably still insane, no big deal. I still find it funny that that has a weird number change. I think that's kind of funny. But anyway, moving on, let's get into the Marauder, starting with the Jug. This is one that I was curious to see what we get. That's a weird number change. Okay, literally just one thing here. Warbringer got a wait, no, sorry, Crave the Slaughter. Which wait, oops. There it is. This one down here. I'm paying attention. Plus 10 to maximum rage. That's a pretty big deal. So I'll take it. Let's go. More rage. All the rage. But yeah. Kind of nice for any rage stacking build. I guess there's a few things you could do with that. I mean, it's just more damage anyway, just from all the stats. So, yeah, cool. Easy game. Chieftain time. What do we got? Okay, so we got some defense changes here. So this is now 15% of damage from hits, but sadly we lose the 2% life recovery, or life regen per second. That kind of sucks. I mean, it still has the big giant amount of life recovery when you're hit with fire damage. That will be nice. So still pretty cool. Overall, though, the biggest thing here is this 100% increased effect of buffs granted. That's pretty hype. So yeah, Chieftain. I mean, it was looking good before. Still looks good. Let's go. Moving into the witch stuff. Necromancer. Okay, so one big change to the jug, really, and that's this node right here. The accuracy is halved, but if you're stacking a decent amount of strength, you can make that up very easily because now it grants twice the accuracy of your strength. They did, however, get rid of the 30% increased accuracy and 30% damage, right? If you crit. So that's kind of going to be missed a little bit. But the thing is, if you're doing any kind of strength stacking build, like one of my favorites, my Pillar of the Cage Jug type thing, that was a lot of fun to do. And yeah, with that, I had somewhere, what was it, between 800 and 1,000. So that's 2,000 accuracy, where before that would have only been 1,800 just with the original value. So yes, please, I'll take it. Or wait, no, it would have been, yeah, it would have been about 2,000, but that's just 2,000 base now, plus the 500. Anyway, sorry, bad math there on that one. Moving on though to the Berserker. What do we got? Okay, so Withering Presence, 15%. Okay, so they just changed that to just straight more chaos. A little bit less damage, but more chaos. That's cool. Did they do it with cold? Yes, they did. Let's go. Let's see what else we got. Removed area of effect per. And, wait, so is this? Oh, spell damage. This is just now damage per power charge. Let's go. Okay, that's mainly the big change there. What do we got here? Regenerate 2% of energy shield. Okay, so it's just faster to stack that. What do we have? And then, I mean, really the main thing is, whoa, 40% chance to explode. That's nice. That's real nice. And they removed when you kill an enemy for each curse. Ah, gain. Okay. Well, man, I guess that's not the biggest deal. But let's see. So now they split this, though, is the big thing here. So you can take either or, and yeah, have fun with that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there are some times when I would prefer not to go all the way up to there if I decided to go ES, so I could do an ES cold dot. And I've, always kind of wanted to maybe, take Malediction and not worry about Profane Bloom as much. I don't know. A lot of times they kind of go hand in hand with the Hexproof, but pretty interesting splitting that up. Yeah, pretty hype. And now you can just do cold hit and chaos hit instead of damage over time. Let's go. Now the Elementalist. This one I'm really hyped for. I mean, they showed it off already, so let's just go straight into the things that they've already showed off. So main thing, minions resummoned 4 seconds after being killed. So yeah, curious how that is going to actually work. What if you lose a bunch of them at the same time? Do they all just come back? Is it in like a wave? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or are they just gonna pop back up real quick? I'm kind of curious to see what that looks like and how that works. Either way, though, any kind of attack-based build for golems, that's a huge amount of damage, and yeah, really hyped about that. They actually increased the damage per summon golem by 5%, so that's a pretty big buff. Otherwise, I think, did they actually kind of nerf the golems a little bit at all? Right here, the oh no, they just moved that around, so the defense is on that. The big change, though, that I think is crazy is this right here. Gain convergence when you hit a unique enemy, which means you have 30% more elemental damage. So when you're fighting a boss, there you go. There it is. And then you get AoE while you're running around not fighting a boss. So 10 out of 10, good change there. Let's see. The next thing we have better, essentially, exposure. So that's really cool. There goes the need for all the pin stuff. So those two nodes just made better. And if you want to shock, ignite, or chill, you pretty much pick the one you want. And I'm really looking forward to this ignite stuff because your hits always ignite. That is insane. Let's do some ignite lightning damage stuff. That is crazy. Yeah, that looks good. That looks real good. Yeah, I mean the all damage with hits chill. That's pretty cool. 50% more effect of cold elements you inflict. That'd be cool to have the chill effect turn to the... Isn't the other one? I can't remember. I'd have to look at those. But that'd be cool if these would then apply... If everything chills, but instead it does the other one. I forget what... Is there like a ring that changes that around or something? So that would be really cool to do. So Elementalist has a ton of stuff. You can do attack builds. You can do spell builds. You can do attack and spell builds. You can... Everything. Oh. Enemy needs some defense. There you go. Other Aegis skills are disabled, but you gain the Primal Aegis. So yeah, that looks really cool. I don't know. I mean, maybe I could go to that and then go to this down here. Maybe, I don't know. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I could do an attack build based around just these right here. That way, everything I do shocks. That's 15% more all the time. I don't have to worry about getting exposure at all. So I don't know. I'll figure that out when the time comes. But yeah, Elementalist is the winner here. I feel we're gonna have the most played everything out of Elementalist. So yeah, enough gushing about Elementalist though. Let's move on to the Ranger stuff, starting with Deadeye. Okay, so let's go ahead and look right here. This could be cool for Bleed Bow. I like Bleed Bow. The only thing is, Gladiator is definitely tankier, so I'm probably gonna stick with that. But it would really be cool to try Bleed Bow with the Deadeye. I mean, it's just normal bleed anyway, so it could be, you know, Earthquake Bleed or something, and then use like Tailwind. Speaking of Tailwind, now it's pretty much the same for the Deadeye, but yeah, you just have Tailwind now, so that's pretty cool. And less damage taken per Gale Force. Lose all Gale Force when hit. That's pretty nice little defense stacking there. What else? The occupying force up here was really cool. The Mirage Archers, having them kind of as turrets is kind of nice. Is this the skills fire 2 projectiles? Is this the one? Ricochet, though. Here we go. Skills chain plus 1 times. 30% chance to be able to chain when colliding with terrain. That could be the most broken thing ever, or meh. We'll have to see. I really like what they did here with the far shot thing too. There's a lot of combining and stuff. I'm really hyped. I didn't pay attention to the 20% less damage to targets at the start of their movement, so that's kind of a hit. You definitely want to try to hit farther. I guess you could kind of do point blank to kind of counteract that a little bit. I'm pretty sure there's no actual less damage from fall off from point blank. It's just you do more damage when closer. So there's always that. Counteract that a little bit. But yeah, pretty cool. Definitely curious to see what comes out of Deadeye now. Moving on to the Raider. What do we have? Okay, so minions are just OP anyways, pretty much every league. So we're losing the 30% increased damage if you've consumed a corpse recently from Corpse Pack. We got the Essence Glutton, the mana, maximum mana is removed. And they removed the duration from minion duration. Overall, minions are always OP. Not probably gonna miss a lot of this stuff. All this is just numerical changes to maybe reduce the power of minions. They're still gross and broken, so yeah, that won't really change anything. Let's see what they did to the occultist, and I love the change in look already. Okay, so kind of interesting. They changed the poison stuff around, so they consolidated it all just on Master Toxist, which cool. There's the more and the when you kill a poison enemy, it spreads. They got rid of the virulent stuff and that whole system with that, so kind of interesting there. Nature's Reprisal, though, is now more of a physical damage converted to chaos kind of thing, with more chaos with attack skills. Kind of curious to see what comes out of that, and area of effect, I guess. Master Surgeon now has this recover 6% of life when you use a flask. That's pretty interesting. That could be cool. I don't know what. Probably still no reason to go over here, but that could be cool. I guess if you're saving the points here, then you could go down there. But yeah. Overall, kind of interesting. Oh, and gain 15% of physical damage. They just increased that by 5%. So that's kind of cool if you're doing elemental things. But yeah, kind of interesting. I mean, Pathfinder is always really good just because of these 4 nodes. So have fun. Cool. Here we go. The Inquisitor. Yeah, now we're on to the Templar stuff. So I'm really hyped about this. Okay, so I guess I'll be trying my Zoom build out again. Main thing for the power, or frenzy charges rather, they kind of just increased it slightly for everything. 2% for the 8% stuff, and 1% for the attack speed and movement speed, so 4% each now. Yeah, up here with the chase. So the main things are the more evasion and stuff kind of got increased by 5%. That's cool. But now you just have onslaught. The rapid assault, you just have onslaught now, and it's 50% increased onslaught effect, giving you a total of 180% for taking all 4 nodes. That's crazy. I was hitting what, 200 I think the last time I did it, and now it's possible to do 380% with just the chest piece that I was using. Pretty good. Phasing for infusion now. You just have phasing. Now they did get rid of some of the defense from phasing, so that's kind of awkward. Losing some dodge there, but where it's pretty much constantly up for both of these. Yeah, I could see some very fast zoom builds, and really curious to see what we got out of Raider. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Really cool stuff. Let's see, Pathfinder. It's 4 minimum endurance charges plus 4 minimum power charges. Wow, that's pretty high. +1 maximum both there. That's pretty cool. Let's see, what do we got other than that? We got 5% more damage per summon totem. Totem placement speed. Oof. And skills. You get 2 totems. Oh man, that's a bummer. Also the immune to elemental ailments. Okay, well, arcane surge stuff, meh. That's kind of awkward on placing 1 totem at a time kind of thing, but not the biggest deal. Just use multi-totem. It does the same thing. Might as well at this point. Okay, moving on to the Guardian. What do we got? Okay, kind of an oof. We just got some nerfs, pretty much. Reduced effect of curses on you, though. That's pretty hype. Other than that, though, that's 80% now. That's actually kind of crazy. and every 4 seconds regenerate 30% of life, but they also move a curse and elemental ailments from you. Okay. Huh. I mean, the elemental thing was kind of meh. Even the curse thing was kind of meh on the 5-second. That's cool. I'll take the 80% reduced. That's kind of pog. And then nearby allies, that got a straight nerf. Which one is that anyway? That's the one at the end here. Sure. But yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess, sort of. The curse effect anyway. But here we go, Ascendant, the final one. Go through and we'll point out the ones that I'm most hyped for, because I'm probably not going to point out every change for this one. I didn't pay attention to this node really, but Sanctuary looks really cool. 15% of oh, sorry, no, that's not the node. I'm talking about this node right here. So your life regen pretty much goes to energy shield as well, rather than just one or the other, which is really cool. Really curious to see what happens with Righteous Providence with the 50 strength, and whichever is lower gives you 1% crit chance per point. That could be insane. If you had, say, 500 of each, then that's 500% increased critical strike chance. And then here we go, we have, or hell, even 200 of each. But yeah, Mjolnir, anyone? And then Pin, so true damage. Battle Mage just looks insane. It's Spell Slinger, but for two-handed mace weapons. Oh my! I could see this being more of a staff thing though. Let's see, staff with like spell echo kind of thing. That's just a lot of flat added damage. You could do whatever. I mean, it's Spell Slinger, so yeah, that's crazy. Let's go. Spell Inquisitor staff builds, or even something else like that mace. Because here's the other thing. If you're doing the fanaticism stuff, that is a lot of cast speed, and a lot of reduced mana cost, and a lot of AoE. So yeah. Oh, also 10% more attack damage for each non-instant spell you've cast in the past 8 seconds, up to 30%. I don't know if that's going to ever become a thing where you're actually doing a combo between a hit until maybe Path of Exile 2. I'm trying to think of what else you could do that would work well, that could actually scale both ways. But not sure. But anyway, Inquisitor looks hype. I definitely want to play something Inquisitor, especially the Battle Mage thing. I don't know if I'll do Fanaticism, but yeah, Battle Mage for sure. Anyway, moving on. Let's see what got changed in the Hierophant. Whoa, dude, this is big. This is really big. Slayer. 50% reduced maximum recovery per life leech is insane. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Slayer is back on Ascendant. Let's go. We can actually do it. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty hype. I don't know, maybe Slayer Elementalist for Elemental build, or Slayer Pathfinder, or Slayer Raider or something. Okay, that's pretty hype. That's pretty hype. Okay, that's cool. Anyway, so yeah, that's all the Ascendancies and stuff. I'm not sure exactly what kind of crazy changes are going to happen with this, but I wonder how many people are saying, complaining about that. It's a lot of totem utility at this point. Just play Ascendant for totems, I'm gonna probably guess. You could even then do like the Chieftain to get the totem leech, right, on it? Yeah, but overall, really cool to see what happens with the Ascendancy stuff and things when it comes to making builds. But yeah, that'll be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Usual links in the description below: Twitter, Twitch, Discord, stuff like that. Path of 1,000 subs. Hit that sub button, please. But anyway, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.